Hoping we'll get some of the community on this morning. Oh, listen to this. I have let these little peepers go too long, but I wanted to wait to open the door today. Hello, chickies. Whoa. Those guys are ready to go. I haven't finished my latch system, so all I've got is this rope. I was not so sure. Going out to. Going right back to the little moringa tree I planted back there. Happy chickens. Let them free range a little bit. I actually bought them mealworms yesterday at Tractor Supply, and realized, yeah, it's true what they say about mealworms and chickens. Look at their little home in there. Not bad. So they're free. I've also upgraded a couple of the systems that I've got going on. The watering system. Oh, they go right back into this bug-rich area. I let them run around a little bit. They've been cooped up. Nobody wants to be cooped up for long. There's 2 barred rocks. Explorers. Whoop, there go the rest. They're leading the flock. Oh, there's 4. And these other 2 are going to be right back here, but look at Sirius Black. It's like, what? Where'd you guys go? This one's, yeah, the stress call. You heard that? That's the chicken. I don't know where the rest of my friends are sound. These 2 will huddle together. I don't think they can see the other ones over there. And chickens actually have very good eyesight. Oh, look at that. Those are 2 of the native birds. And I've been noticing this, that the native birds have been challenging the chickens. You know, they're going for the same stuff. Sirius Black especially doesn't seem to be too afraid of those native birds. He's run at them a couple of times. Look, is he going to do it again? Uh-oh. Look, he sees him. I think Sirius Black's a rooster. By the way, if you want a free rooster, let me know. I can't have 6 full-grown chickens anyway, so I was going to have to give a couple away. Give one away at least. No, they're staying over there. Yeah, you see, this native bird here is not too pleased. And these chickens know it, but you can't fight the force of this wave of chickens. By the way, thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard. If you're not already, please subscribe and click the thumbs up. That helps me. Oh, the YouTube algorithms. The mystery of the YouTube algorithms. Yes, we must all try to forget about the YouTube algorithms. Yeah, now the thing is here, this is our delicious carrot patch, this pigeon pea. Now these chickens will eat up everything, and they would like to. Little bits of concrete and things that I put around become an incredibly interesting playground for these guys. Look at this. This is a collapsed sunflower. Ooh, look at you guys. Come on, chick. Come on, chick. I've got them trained already, so they'll come in. Yeah, look, little sunflower petals. Sunflower petals. Yeah, these are the scenarios that you find yourself stumbling into really in life once you do stuff like we've done this year, which is you're feeding sunflower petals to baby chicks. There you go, Sirius Black. You know what to do with it. Not kidding around. Here. I'm surprised you don't try that sunflower head. It's got lots of nice seeds on it. Yeah, they seem to like, actually, on these sunflowers. Watch this. They were using it as a roosting bar. These little pieces that are on top of the sunflower head, these bits of flour, whatever, I've been doing this with it. just raining it down. Creates interesting little bits of stuff that they like to snap up. I just remembered to plant, Jack and I planted some more sunflowers. We actually got a couple new varieties. We always grow these mammoth sunflowers because they do so well in Florida in this loose sandy soil that we have here. Hey, you want to take a bite of a seed? I'm reticent to feed them more of these seeds, although I fed them some. I've watched them eat them, and they just seem to swallow the seed whole. And I don't know if that's good or bad. Chicken newbie. But it seems like it's not good, maybe. So I've been trying to feed them just the green ones that are soft and digestible, maybe. I learned that chickens have gizzards. Oh yeah, see, he ate one out of there anyway. Now that he learned, there you go. That's it. All right, well, hey, these are kind of soft anyway. Yeah, and look at that. You kind of broke that up. Okay, yeah, this one's for you guys. Here you go. Yeah, these are happy chickens. I mean, to me, life as a chicken doesn't get much better. I mean, it would maybe be better if they were in a wide open area, but they've got a pretty good expanse here. And fruit is raining down everywhere, and they've learned already some of the special spots to go, like the Suriname cherry tree. I mean, look at the Suriname cherry tree. Look at the pits. Now this will turn into what I call cherry grass. It does every year. These all sprout. But yeah, chickens come along and peck the fruit off of the seeds too. And they've already located the mulberry trees. Carambola, I sure do have a carambola. Would you like to see it? Thanks for asking, by the way. Appreciate you commenting. Here it is. I believe this is a Ket. I think that's the variety. Not actually sure. Yeah, you should research your carambola varieties before purchasing, I would claim. This one produced more fruit than it's ever produced last year. And this year, I'm sure we'll do the same. It seems to really kind of get stunted back by the coldness, but then it always comes back strong. And in terms of a fruit producer, I don't know that there is a better fruit producer in terms of quantity of fruit than a carambola tree. I mean, it's just, star fruit is amazing. Look at these Tommy Atkins. Whew. Wow. And the reason this is so incredible to me is that for years it was a dream, a faraway dream. I grew up on a farm in New Jersey. That's a weird thing, isn't it? But yeah, beautiful farm. All that land now has been turned into corporate parks. I'm just saying, some good farm land was covered over by that. And I can see the clear utility of the farm. It's a little bit more difficult on the other, but I can tell you, growing up as a kid, I walked in the fields every morning during the summers and just ate fresh food everywhere I walked. And my grandfather, we lived right next to my grandfather's farm. Yeah, a typical morning was eating tomatoes, peppers, small zucchinis, baby corns, asparagus, all that's just raw vegetables. And you could take the dirt there and take a handful of it and put it up to your nose real close and smell it, and it smelled sweet and rich. And you know where I'm smelling that same smell now? Right in here, in these compost bins. Finally did the compost bin thing. Kind of thought it was a lot of work, didn't really want to do it, whatever. And then my buddy Ben just kind of said, chop and drop thing, and got me introduced to that. And then I gradually said, well, yeah, why not just chop and drop it in here and make the soil? And now I see everything that I produce in my yard that I used to see as yard waste as incredible material. And now I'm going to produce soil, to produce organic material, return back into the soil. And it's critical for the sandy soil I have here. But now the chicken bedding goes in there with the chicken manure all over it. So that smell in the center of that compost bin is just like the smell of the farm. It's the smell of abundance. Hey chickens, you kind of lost interest on the sunflower head, huh? Yeah, now these barred rocks get bigger than these golden. Oh, I got a weird grip on her. She didn't like that. But they're so sweet, and they'll let you hold them. They calm right down once you pick them up. Yeah, I think it's a good way for them to start the morning. Some bugs and some seeds. We got into growing baby carrots quite a bit here lately. Kind of went on I'm a little worried that these hens are going to wipe out my carrot patch. They could easily wipe it out, but just trying to keep them separated by giving them more interesting things to check out. But look at that. Ooh, carrots everywhere. Oh, they're going to try to take a dust bath there. Cool, they're doing all the normal happy chicken things. But I did pick a couple baby carrots to feed the rabbits. Small enough, I think it just fit them right through the cage. And let them out to run here later. Here we are. There we are. Baby carrots, the real deal. Took about 2 months to grow them to that size. Just throw a handful of carrot seeds into a pot and water them. The whole method. Hey, Penelope. Good morning. Oh, wow. She's getting so big. She ate all of her food. She's turning out to be a much larger rabbit than Thumper. Hey, Thumps. You want a carrot? Morning carrot. No, just pull it right through. He's not messing around. Oh, no. Sorry about that, Penelope. Well, you made pretty good work of that. Here. I'm going to stick it in this area so you can get the whole thing. Yeah. And, time to empty the bunny manure. You wonder how we get those carrots so fast? Well, that's it. And by the way, the worms have been doing pretty well, too. A little worm farm. See a lot of the hay from the... I've been mostly feeding the worms the bunny berries. Doing quite well. I just got about 2 gallons of worm tea out of this thing last night. Put it around on some of the palm trees in the front yard. But yeah, this chicken coop build has been quite the experience. It's been a really, really fun project, but it's been way more involved than I thought. Way more expensive. The price of wood is so high. So high. So it cost a ridiculous amount more than it should have. But it's almost done. You can see I just have some remaining screen work to do. Hardware cloth I put up here. I've tried to make it real strong. I put these cross supports in, which really help add to the rigidity. Okay, so one of the things I always think of is having gone through so many heavy wind events, how will this do in a heavy wind event? Like a near pass hurricane, or in the event of a real hurricane, you're done, son. Nothing you can do. But in the event of a more common event, which is like 90-mile-an-hour winds for a couple of days, how is this going to do? I think it's going to do okay. We will see. That roof may go. But it's built fairly sturdy in that even on the roof I double layered it so that it would be ready to handle it. The roof is strapped down. I mean, everything is solid. But once I finish the wiring, the cage, then yeah, it's much easier and they can just be contained in there. I've been putting them in the rabbit run, but I don't really want to do that too much. I'd like to keep them somewhat separate, but good to move them around. Let's see. Oh no, those chickens are in the carrot patch. Chickens are in the carrot patch. Let's see if we can get them to come. Yeah, chick, chick. Come on, 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 chick, chick. Come on. Oh, good. Now I'm going to take them back here. Come on, chick, chick. And I have this that I bought at Tractor Supply yesterday, which is a nice new waterer. Woo, look at this. Let's pour out the top stuff so you have all good, fresh water. Alright, that's pretty good. There, get some water. They forget to drink, too. See how thirsty they are? Give me a thumbs up if you like. 3-week-old, highly trained chicks. Fertilizing machines. And really sweet little pets. Oh, look at you. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I think they are happy chickens. Appreciate that comment. Oh, look at this. Chicken toy. Chicken toy. Yeah, construction zone as well. Still have a lot left to do, but we'll get this all cleaned up. Really love the color of the coop. Decided to buy a $40 can of paint and get good, like the good stuff. Yeah, that's the other thing. Living by the coast is if you don't get the good stuff, the salt just permeates it and destroys it so rapidly. It's unbelievable. So this kind of paint that I got actually soaks in. It's almost like a stain, but it soaks into the wood. And hey, little guy, there's Sirius Black. Yeah, you are almost certainly a rooster, my friend. I'm going to do a video on how to tell the difference. I've watched so many videos now. I feel like I can, but we'll see. Only time will tell. I don't want that rooster to crow one time. Oh, look, they're going in the bunny run. I put a water in there for him, too. Come on, chick, chick. Come on, chick, chick. Look, yeah, oh, you're looking for your water. Yeah, now, here's the other thing. With chickens comes, well, all kinds of things, but there's also the high prevalence of rats and other animals going and getting into these watering areas and the food that's left around. So I'm refining those systems to reduce the rat situation, if there is one. We've got rats around here. Everybody's got rats. We're seeing, you know, it's so interesting when we've had these rabbits for a while back here, and you gonna go in there? Sirius Black actually pecked one of the bunnies. And he's charged the native birds. He's done a lot of rooster-like behavior. He bit me. He bit my daughter, which is not like a painful bite, but it's not a painful bite at all. It just kind of makes you feel sad for him. Like, oh man, you're a rooster. Roosters are not allowed, unfortunately. I would love to have a rooster because a rooster just fulfills such a essential part of chicken culture. Look at that moringa tree. Dude, that is a must-have, in my opinion. It's a must-have. I always love to come out here and check it out. But look at that. There's a butterfly on the moringa flower. And there's another kind of butterfly. Doesn't look like the same. Oh, it's the same type. Beautiful. I wish I knew what kind of butterfly that was. 2 little dots. Hey, what you doing? Come here. Chick, chick, come here. Oh, yeah. Who is this? The two, we call this one. There you go. You sit up on my knee. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, so the mangoes are going off. Now's the time of the year where the mangoes are a couple weeks away from starting to get ripe, the bigger ones. This is a Hayden. It's a beauty. Oh, you feel the weight of it. Look, if I take the weight off of the branch, look at how high the branch goes. And if I let, just to give you an idea of the weight, that is the tastiest mango. What I do is I come out here about this time of the year and I'll pick a bunch of them, the smaller size, and let them counter ripen. And that's really good also for getting more or less the green, more tart mango. But this is a tart, delicious variety. Holy moly. It's my favorite, the Hayden. It's fibery. Some people aren't into that, but for me, it's my top pick. Again, we're going to get into mango grafting this year. We've got a couple Tommy Atkins rootstocks that we grew. I've got a buddy who's got a rosy gold, which I really want to graft. I'm also going to do some grafting and stuff in the backyard, but we don't have that much rootstock. We only have 2 potted growing mango trees that we grew from Tommy Atkins seeds. And in fact, they were grown from just chucking that. We'd throw so many rotten mangoes back up into the beds to just decompose, and they just grow. We had more than the 2, but I only potted 2 and wish I'd potted more. But that's okay, because on this tree, we're going to graft we're going to make this a mango cocktail, fruit cocktail mango tree, and graft on a bunch of different varieties onto this so that we'll have a variety. The power of this mango tree, the root stock, has got to be amazing to produce fruit like this every year. This is by far the biggest producer. Oh, and another cool thing is the longan. The longan is loaded. You see up here, this is a relative of the lychee. It is loaded. And I think the key is obviously permaculture. The key is the worm tea and the bunny rabbit manure, because it hasn't fruited in years, and now this year it's just loaded with delicious fruit. I love those so much. I'm willing to climb to that level to get to them as well. They're that good. Yeah. Even the red Roselli. Oh, that's a cool question. Yeah, if you grafted it onto a more cold hardy tree, would it make the cutting that was on more cold hardy? I doubt it. I don't know though, is really the honest answer there. But I would say mango trees in general, they're going down with a freeze every time. And here they'll actually usually survive through a freeze because the ground doesn't freeze. So a lot of times they'll grow back up from the base. But the problem with that is you could have a regrowth beneath the graft, which means you're not going to have a likelihood of having a very good tree from below the graft. So if that happens, a lot of times your mango tree is smoked, and that sucks. It takes a long time to grow them to the size that I've got them here successfully in Central Florida, just because they're right back progressing onto the carrot patch once again. But that sucks because it's a long road back. But you can see, obviously, I've got a pretty old one here, and the reason I can do that is because I live on a barrier island and we're insulated between 2 very warm bodies of water. So it's very hard for this area to freeze. Not to say it doesn't happen, but it's very hard. But these mango trees face a lot of things. Like, look at what this mango tree's facing today. Probably 18, 20 mile an hour winds all day for like the last 4 days, and it's going to keep blowing like this for the next 2 or 3, and it just fries the upper growth. You can see up here, it's just gone, which now I'm saying it produces a lot of leaves that drop, which I feed into the compost. But it's definitely part of the cycle. I mean, the mangoes are getting knocked down, but also not a lot of fruit production on that side of the tree, which is certainly making up for it on the other. But you can see how this is a wind-shaped environment. When I fly drones straight up, you can see river to ocean right away. Yeah, beautiful day though. Absolutely beautiful. I'm enjoying these low, mild temp days while they last, because it is only going to get hotter. One other thing I need to do, that's on my to-do list, is to really replace the roof that I had on the rabbit hutch. I made a flat roof because I don't know anything about roofs, and learned that that is never okay, even when it's a small roof, because now it's collecting water and growing mosquitoes, and that's just torturous. But I have started a project already I have to finish, which is that rabbit hutch, and I think I'll finish it and then I'll move on to the next. Yeah, it's funny, the birds are really not that interested in the carrots. I'm pleased. Okay, see, they're skirting around the outside. I don't know that there's a ton of bugs back in there, and they really like, they're picking on those red beets, which is fine by me. That's perfect chicken forage. I planted some of those back by the chicken coop itself, and I never really looked into the coop. Let's look in there. You see, this pathway is just a temporary conglomeration of mixed ideas. But I built this as the main access. Wondering how they like that roosting bar in there, and they seem to like it quite a bit. It's definitely not big enough for 6 birds, any way you slice it, but it'll be good for the amount of birds we have. It won't once we reduce it. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. I made these roosting bars intentionally bigger. I'll have to now clean them though, because they have flat tops, but I just thought that'd be more comfortable for the birds to sleep on. Some research says this is the way to go. Of course, it's a little bit more messy. That's the only thing I didn't paint, because I know I'm gonna probably replace these to some extent, or have to rethink it. I was thinking of putting a natural roosting bar in there. There's a lot of information online about roosting bars and roosting heights, and I mean, chicken science is intense. Man, I think the color scheme of these crotons next to this blue is going to work out. Here's that Song of India, Dracaena. What a classic. This thing is going to want to grow over. I'm going to let it now. Before, it had no purpose other than beauty. Now it has utility. So everything we're looking at in terms of utility from a permaculture perspective, how does this help us? Well, it's going to help grow over this roof and shade it even more. That's really what I want. Now, I built this roof nice and pitched, put an angle on it. And, well, one thing's for sure, the water rolls right off, and it is bone dry in there. Yeah, so what a great situation to be in. Without a doubt. All right, well, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. Again, if you can, give me a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. It helps. And let me know what you think in the comments. Stay tuned for more live streams. I'm going to try to live stream in the mornings here for the next couple weeks or so. And I hope you will join me and take part in the comments. Thanks for watching. Eat your backyard.